Hello everybody, it's Andy, and so far you may have caught previous videos of mine, or this may be the first one you've stumbled across, but for any reason, I'm thankful that you're here, and you're probably here to find out information about weight loss surgery, and I certainly have some information that I want to pass along to you. Just to do a quick recap of where I am, where I've come from, up until this point, what are the statistics? It's been an 8-month journey for me, closing in on the 8th-month anniversary on the 26th of July. And so far, a total weight loss of 140 pounds. When I started this journey, I weighed 328.8 pounds. And 2 weeks before surgery, on November the 11th, that's when I started losing weight up until this point, and that's where I am today. So I would say I lost that 140 pounds in the first 6.5 months. And for the last couple of months, I've just been maintaining a nice steady weight, somewhere between 189 and 194 pounds. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico with Dr. Joya. For information on Dr. Joya, you can visit www.drjoya.com. A lot of people ask me about my diet, and a lot of people ask me what I'm able to eat now that I'm this far out of surgery. One of the things that I will say is that I can eat a considerable amount more than I was able to the first few weeks after surgery. And that's to be expected because once you're out of surgery, your stomach only holds maybe a couple of ounces or 3 ounces at most. But once the swelling goes down and the healing begins, and there is some stretching to the stomach, I think now my stomach can hold a good 5 or 6 ounces of dense protein like ground sirloin or steak or chicken, things like that. I can eat anything I want to eat. In fact, it kind of scares me because I know I can eat anything I want to eat because I've experimented pretty much on every end of the spectrum, whether it be milkshakes or full-on sugar ice cream or just about anything. Believe it or not, I can gain weight. And I'm okay with that because I know that now I have to stay on track. And it's a complete lifestyle change, and the surgery has allowed me to do that. And that's what's important. So if you're starting your journey towards the weight loss surgery and you're thinking about RNY or the vertical band, or you're thinking about vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is what I had, I want you to keep in mind some expectations that I had going into surgery and things that maybe I can help shatter some myths about your perceptions and the psychological effects of weight loss and things like that. So let's talk about it. As I mentioned before, surgery doesn't do it all for you. You have to make the changes yourself. You will be able to eat almost anything that you want to eat, albeit in smaller quantities, but you will always be able to eat the sugary foods, the foods that are high in calories, high in fat. So it's helpful if you understand going into this that the surgery is not going to make the changes for you. You have to make those changes, and you have to be responsible for what you put in your mouth. And every time you sit down at the table, you have to make a choice, whether it's going to be a good choice or a bad choice. Now, I tried to be very aggressive coming out of my surgery and do everything to the extreme and barely eat anything. And maybe that way I could lose weight really fast and get really skinny really fast. And then once I got skinny, then I could maybe open my life back up to some of those higher calorie, better foods. But unfortunately, I don't think it works that way. You know, I found out as I went along that the whole crash diet, because my body could survive on less food, my body actually did start sending me signals saying, this is not good, you're tired, you're exhausted, you don't feel well. And that's when I realized that I have to maintain a balance between good and some treats and things like that. Another side effect of this surgery, if you're thinking about going through with it, that you need to be aware of is that there's the potential for hair loss. I noticed about the 3rd month that, you know, when I would wash my hair, I would look at my hands and there'd be just hairs falling out. And when I dry my hair on the towel, and that's been pretty steady up until about the 7th month. And now it's started to taper off, which is a good thing. I'm very thankful for that. And hopefully now things will start to maintain. There's really no explanation that I can find that really explains why it is. Some people say just because of the rapid weight loss. Some people say lack of protein. Some people encourage certain vitamin complements to make it better, but I haven't really found a really good solid answer to tell you why it is or why it stops, but it's pretty consistent that on the 3rd month it starts and on the 7th month it eases up. So it's important that you know that hair loss could be a possible side effect of the surgery. So while we're on the topic of things to expect, you need to expect to try to follow the diet as strict as possible, and that's going to make you feel as good as possible after surgery, which generally the guidelines are about 80 grams of protein per day and 64 ounces of water per day to keep yourself feeling healthy. I've gone through periods after surgery where I really feel like I'm getting close to dehydration. There's lightheaded spells when I get up too quickly and things like that. And that's when my body is telling me, you know what, maybe you should pick up the amount of calories a little bit, add in more protein, make sure I'm drinking all my water. Another thing that's important is exercise. I don't think that I could have gotten this far without it, and it's important to do it because it makes you feel better, and it certainly accelerates the weight loss process. And let's face it, that's the whole reason why you're watching this video, because you're interested in getting the weight off of you as fast as possible. That's why you're considering surgery. So exercise is a very vital part of this process. But I would advise not to go too far and just overdo it and Lou Ferrigno everything and try to be the Hulk right off the bat. Start out with a slow pace on a treadmill and work your way up from there and do the best you can without making yourself feel like you're just beat down at the end of the day. Now let's talk about some of the great things about this surgery and what it's been able to allow me to accomplish. Right now, you probably noticed this video looks a little different than those in the past. I'm in Denver, Colorado, and I'm on a production shoot. And that's what I do for a living, is video production. So I'm taking this opportunity to really step up my game and do a really nice video in front of this nice set that we have here at the Hotel Monaco in Denver, Colorado. And I say that just to kind of lead into the fact that I almost had a really big non-scale victory to celebrate my weight loss, which was going to be a sky coaster ride out and over a 1,500-foot gorge called the Royal Gorge here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. But unfortunately, 50-mile-an-hour winds prohibited that trip from happening. But there are many other things that I can say that I've been thankful for this surgery to allow me to do. Number one is to fly comfortably in coach class seats without having to ask for a seatbelt extension. That's a pretty common weight loss victory that people brag about. I've been able to take my wedding ring, have it resized. It was a size 11 when I was as heavy as I was, and now it's a size 8. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful to have it back on my finger because I missed it for about 5 months while I was going on the way down, so to speak. I went scuba diving in Mexico. That's something that I always wanted to do when I was heavy, but I wasn't able to do. And I was able to dive down 50 feet and swim amongst coral and beautiful fish and just had a wonderful time doing that. So what's next for the scale victory list? Maybe it's a tattoo, maybe it's skydiving. I doubt it'll be the tattoo because I can't stand them, but it may be something like skydiving, something extraordinary, something that I always wanted to do on the inside, but the outside I just couldn't do it. So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for my smaller size. I'm thankful for the abilities that I have. I'm thankful for what I can give back to my family because of what I've been able to accomplish. I want to finish everything up by saying thank you to those who have subscribed to my videos. I want to say thank you to the doctors that have allowed me to be where I'm at today. Did I make it to goal? My goal was 185 pounds, and I thought I would make it, but I haven't yet. Am I disappointed? No, because almost daily I'm reminded of the accomplishment that I've been able to get to, which is, hey, you're too skinny, or you're skinny enough, you need to stop, slow it down, things like that. Those are all words of encouragement that I take to heart. It by far hasn't been an easy journey, but I've been thankful for everything that I've been given along the way. So I thank all of you, all the subscribers, and I'm going to keep making updates. My journey's not over, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.